What's up, people? It's the beta tester here. Excuse my chair. And today we're doing a little video comparing the Nintendo Switch and the PlayStation Vita. So, just so you can know my experience with the PlayStation Vita, I've had it since 2012, back when it came out. I got it a little bit later in the year. And to be honest, I really enjoyed the PlayStation Vita a lot. I really wish it would have had a better life, but I mean, for what it was worth, at least I got my money's worth from it. Had a lot of games on it, had a lot of good times on it, had a lot of bad times, and a lot of disappointments. But majority, it was majorly a good console, a decent console. I think that it could have maybe not lasted much longer, but it could have had a much better lifespan, much better games on it. Most of the games on here are, now are just a bunch of dead indie games and JRPGs and shit like that. And out of Japan, it's pretty much dead in the States and most other places. But so right here, here's the 1000 model, and just so you see the skin I have on it. Yeah, this all works with the skin and everything. Yeah, this was a skin from Decal Girl, which is a vinyl skins kind of stuff, and I recommend them a lot. I've had this actually my original skin since 2012, and it's actually held up very well. Some of these bubbles are just my fault, but the general concept, it's held up very well. you know, um, like no peeling whatsoever, which is really impressive. But I mean, fuck it, I'm not fucking sponsored by these assholes, so I'm not gonna go crazy on it. But basically, I'm making this video just to go over exactly my thoughts on the differences and similarities on both these consoles, right? So both of them can be portable, both of them are portable, and basically, each of these games have kind of a different market. If you're buying one of these, PlayStation Vita, then you're probably, and nowadays, then you're probably more into like RPGs from like Japan and shit. Personally, I despise those kind of games. I'm not saying they're like garbage, right? But I just don't like those kind of games at all. Like, I hate most RPGs. There's some few exceptions, but Japanese RPGs, I just don't like them. I really don't. Most of them, I just really don't. This is not my cup of tea, right? I mean, just how it is. I'm not saying they're bad games, but that's not my cup of tea. So, first thing off the bat, this game, all of its Western titles, which is pretty much all of the games here, maybe like Mortal Kombat and there was a Resident Evil game that came out, and maybe a few other little, oh yeah, like Metal Gear Solid, I guess. But besides that, this is pretty much all of the Western games, including sport games. I have one MLB 12. I hate baseball. I don't know why I bought it. I got it for free pretty much, so whatever. But anyway, I've had my Nintendo Switch here for about, I would say about a week, and you see the games I got were The Legend of Zelda and Splatoon 2, and both really great games. And I have to say, it's so good. It's a very good console. I would have to say maybe the buttons are kind of cheapish, like the analog sticks are a little cheapish, but besides that, I mean the console is very well built. It's a very nice console. I don't dock it at all. I was playing it docked a couple of times for like the first couple of days, but then it was like because I don't have a screen protector yet because they ran out. I don't want to scratch this thing, so I just leave it undocked, and it's actually a lot better and portable to me, right? So just do a little comparison of the games that I've played on both consoles. Obviously, you see the Switch over here. It's only 2 games, so I mean, you kind of already have an idea about that. But just so you get an idea what kind of games I played on here. Again, I just played Western kind of games, a lot of shooters. This is pretty much just all my PS Vita games that are physical shooters. It's like One Racer, Uncharted. The Uncharted game on here was actually pretty nice, and I remember playing that at a Best Buy when it came out, the console, before I got one. And I was like, oh man, this is crazy, right? Because back then, I mean, they had a PSP, PSP Go kind of stuff out, right? And of course, DS, and I think that's 3DS came out around that time, like a little bit before. And I remember I saw the 3DS, and I was like, I had a DSi, and it was all right. I never really got into DS stuff. I did upgrade a couple times, but I just never got into that hoe. But I'd rather say that this console is amazing. The Switch, you should really get the Switch if you're comparing. If you're even thinking about getting a Vita, don't. it's not worth it unless maybe you could find it for $100 with some games that you want. Then maybe, I mean, most people can probably spare $100. I mean, I can't because I'm broke as hell. But if you have a decent income, then you'll probably be all right. Especially if you're looking to buy a $300 system, I think you can drop a little bit on the side. You know what I mean? But a lot of great games coming on this thing for extra support. You already got games right now like Doom got ported over. You got Mario Odyssey, which is fantastic, almost game of the year. Of course, this game of the year right here. You got games like Payday 2 being ported over, a ton of AAA stuff, a lot of new stuff. Wolfenstein 2, New Order, or I don't know the name, but it's Wolfenstein 2, I think Colossus, or something like that. I'm not a Wolfenstein fan. But the second one is coming out on the Switch same time as everybody else. 2K18's on the Switch, and it's built really well, so they're probably going to make a next one. Because remember, they didn't have a single 2K for this thing. Not any sport games besides like FIFA, which they put on everything. They put on a fucking toaster if they have the chance. I mean, really, it doesn't matter. It's trash. And that's pretty much it. That's the only sport games they had for it. Were like FIFA, and they had one football game, and then MLB they had a few years, but mostly just FIFA. I think they still make FIFA on there, but I don't know. Nobody even talks about the Vita anymore, sadly. Bottom line, guys, though, is that this console right here is amazing. I'm not being paid by anybody. Well, I mean, come on. You really think I'm being paid? But just in case, right? But either way, guys, I have to really recommend the Nintendo Switch. Just everything about this console is just phenomenal. You can see I've been playing this thing quite a lot. I have a very low battery on here. Oh, what's up? But it's just a great console. Here's some games I have on here. It's just a great console, and I just think that if you're having money and you're thinking about buying a portable console, and you may be thinking about the Vita, I don't know why, but just in case, I want to save someone's soul. If you're thinking about the Vita or the Switch or maybe even the 3DS, fuck both those consoles, right? 3DS is old. They have a lot of great games on there, but it's old as shit. Vita's not going to get anything crazy unless you're into JRPGs, and still, you'll probably get them on the Switch because it's Japanish, that Japan shit is in there too. Bottom line, guys, is that I love the Switch, and I think you should really look into it if you haven't. And, that's kind of funny saying that because it's like the best-selling console of all time, but I kind of just wanted to make a video about it because I got a Switch, and I really like it, and I enjoy it, and I'm thinking of making more videos about the Switch, and maybe like NBA videos, but, I mean, that's kind of like total different crowds, so I don't know how that's really going to work as well, but I'll try to figure it out. I'll test the waters and see how it goes. But either way, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. This is the beta tester, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.